Welcome back to Nottingham, the Touch Football World Cup 2024. What an exciting fixture this one sets to be. The senior mixed, England taking on Cook Islands, quarter-final action. Here on field number one, Adam Collins in commentary, joined by Mel Day. Mel, first of our knockout rounds. How's this one shaping up?
This is going to be a very exciting game. We've got Cook Islands trying to replicate their success at the last World Cup, where they knocked off New Zealand to make the gold medal match and won silver over there in Malaysia. So they'll be feeling very confident. Only the one loss in their pool games to New Zealand, whereas England suffering an upset defeat to the Germany senior mixed team, who are about to face Scotland in their quarter-final. So hopefully a very tightly contested game this will be.
We hear the drums of the Cookia on the far side of the field. Great, just energy around the stadium for this match.
Cook Islands have plenty of support behind their try line. And for the Cook Islands, keep an eye on number 6, Jeremy Campbell. He's been scoring 2 tries a game. And the number 2, Clarissa Wardlaw. And for England, number 5, Megan Clayton on this close wing. She's been scoring very, very freely out there.
It is England that get us underway up over the halfway line from the tap-off. 10 metres out now, 2 touches gone. And the Cook Islands regroup. Terry Joe in the middle as well for the Cook Islands. Number 3, play to watch. As the shutdown comes, but not in time. And it's the opening try there for England. The home team scoring. Andrew Smurden it is. He gets the ball across the line. And just a defensive lapse there early on in this game from the Cook Islands team. England
will be thrilled with this start. So I'm going to throw it out there and suggest that Cook Islands are the definite favourites for this quarter-final. Little pass off and ball inside, but the defender just coming across just too late.
It's just a matter of timing. We see the Kukuya on the attack. Play on is the call. Player called offside, and the Cook Islands strike back immediately. Through, unfortunate there for the English team. He thought he'd done everything he needed to, but the referee had called him offside. And you can just see it here. He just held it up beautifully, and then play through was the call, and he strolled over to score the try for the Cookia.
Jeremy Campbell, we called him early. He has been scoring a lot of tries out there, and an easy play on stroll over for Jeremy. Venture to say it's not going to be his first try of this quarter-final match.
The one apiece here in this quarter-final game between the Cook Islands, the Cookia, as they're called, Tuki Cookia, we've heard around the grounds. It is England now on the attack. 7 metres out to dive over, but this time shut down by the Cook Island defence through Michael Cocker.
The number 3, Action Jurasina for England, who's got the ball now. He's their top try scorer outside of Megan Clayton.
Been very dangerous with the ball in hand. And now it is the Cook Islands to bring it off their own line. That's Joe. Looks like he's pulled a little injury there as he come off, but he seems to be moving freely now. Maybe just a little strain. Good metres here. The defensive press of the English outside middles coming up. Now it is the Cook Islands. Switch on. They have numbers here. Ball out in front. Pass away, and that's the final touch on the 7-metre line. So good penetration there from the Cook Islands.
Yeah, great hands by Kylie Joe there, the female link for Cook Islands. As England looking to work off their own line.
Big family connection, the Joes here in the Cook Islands setup. There's 3, the Joe family out there. Also the Leotas.
Yeah, I saw Johnny Leota on the score sheet and remember him from his rugby days. So great to see them now getting involved in touch and representing at such a high level here at the World Cup.
And Maggie Leota out there as well for the Cook Islanders, as it is England on the attack. The bounce out play to the right-hand side. Just tries to hold up there and commit Joe in defence. That's a forward pass for mine. And the referee will tuck into position and blow that one as a forward. So it'll be a penalty here for the Cook Islands to work their way up from their own territory. They're about 12 metres out. Tap taken. Took the tap well behind the mark, which is interesting. Tough contact in the defence from England there, getting up in the face of the Cook Islands.
Yeah, Megan Clayton, this wing, known for her very, very strong touches, so I'm
Now
sure
the
the Cook
bounce
Islands
out.
are up for it.
Straightens it up through the middle. Now they push out to that right-hand edge. Good
Now you
pace out there.
mentioned-
Good defence there from England on the slide out.
You mentioned before how high that far side defence for England is getting, and I think the Cook Islands have identified that as well and trying to take advantage of those defenders coming very high up out of the line on their subset.
It's quick hands now for the Cook Islands. Link position. To Renee Seeley. Seeley not able to get it away. Now they'll give a penalty away, and that is just inexcusable, really. The play had broken down. You just put the ball down to the mark or give it to the nearest player, but instead he threw it away. And it's early in the game, just not something you'd want to be doing too often.
Just a silly penalty. There was a bit of spice in that touch, but still you don't want to give away meters when it's a must-win quarterfinal for the team. Of Stacey Collins taking a dump and the boys bring it into the middle. Ryan Mimsek, their captain, drawing the defence out.
There's Mimsek with the
it's
ball.
on.
Long ball out wide and just not able to be taken. But it was great play in the middle for England with Bobby Taylor. And as you said, Ryan Mimsek.
Yeah, that winger I think just has to stand a little bit wider. She was a
Good
couple
push.
of metres infield there.
Bit of momentum here for the Cook Islands on this drive. That's 3 touches gone. That's well over the mark. And the referee's going to call it. Absolutely. The defence was up once again. Through Clayton, she got up in the line of the Cook Islands, and that roll ball was at least 1.5 meters past where he was touched. Just some sloppy play starting to creep in for the Cook Islanders. Ill discipline might be the key here.
Yeah, because they definitely looked the stronger team in the first couple of minutes. Mimsek just taking dump just outside the 7 and getting
touch
that
in
6
flight.
again. And Ryan has played in the opens grades before, and he's come back from a total knee reconstruction. So he's playing on titanium out there, and it's incredible to see him playing at this level.
There's a lot of titanium at this tournament as we see England on the attack. Exploited off the line. The intercept taken coast to coast here for the Cook Islanders. Striding away is Michael Coker. Chase coming. He needs to have his heads up, and Coker in control. And that is coast to coast Coker.
They needed that as a bit of a pressure release, the Cook Islands. They'd had a couple of little messy plays in there, but an intercept, England just getting a bit too close to their line and letting the defender pick off that ball and a length of the field try. Love it coast to coast during a quarterfinal.
And as though the Cook Island supporters, you hear the drums in the background. Great vibes here for this quarterfinal match on the main field. And it is England back on the attack again to the 7 metres. There's Girasina, as you called earlier on. Very busy with that middle attack. Girasina into half now. Off the ground. Back in for Girasina. The hole opens up. Geez, we can see that from up here really clearly. And Girasina put himself in the perfect position. And the ball back on the inside was well timed. And we're back all to a piece here. In the hands of Girasina. Let's see it here in replay.
Yeah, pointing out exactly where he wants that dump.
Jacob Whitehead. Then on the inside ball from Whitehead. Beautifully timed. Try time, Girasina.
Very similar setup to that last pass, that last intercept, but getting the depth there and a great score on the inside from England to tie it up at 2-2.
Now the Cook Islands back on the attack through Terry Joe. Moves it out to Seeley. So that was Kylie Joe, my apologies.
Playing very close to the line there.
Jammed up. Good defence from England coming in the shape of Andrew Smurden. And now they turn defence into attack, pushing it up through the midfield. Now they go wide to the sub-box. A little bit of confusion around the ruck there. But they recover now. Cook Islands just rolling back. Very different defensive patterns from these two teams. Seems that the Cook Islanders are happy to just to roll with the momentum, whereas England are getting up, as you said, high, getting up in the face. Oh, that's another one.
Sean McDonald getting through the line there, and
Forward pass is the call.
unfortunately, I think he had a lot more time on the ball than he probably thought he had. But great work by Sean McDonald breaking through the Cook Islands line as they start to drive up, but some shooting England defence.
Interference in the ruck. Play on is the call.
And this is going to be half court.
I can't agree with that call. There was definite ruck interference. And that's probably
the touch karmic gods looking
karma.
down. I think there was clear confusion in that ruck. I would have liked the refs just to pull it up there.
And I think what happened, there was a referee transition, and they can't be, everywhere all of the time, but that was one that certainly had an impact. And here we see this forward press of the defence from England, really putting pressure on the Cook Islands.
Yeah, they're really struggling to make it out of their half, aren't they, the Cook Islands? But they're going to spread it to the middle now and try and catch.
That was the last touch. They need to know the touch count. Unfortunately, in those interchange plays, the players coming on, they need to be aware of what the touch count is. And that's the perfect example of defensive pressure, just how much of a change that can make.
As we can see, Juracina back on the field. Peggy Mulligan, the female link for England, having a great tournament. She's got a great dump on her, and she's set up a lot of these tries for this England senior mixed team.
Jack Judd now working there with Juracina. Juracina on the out ball. Play on is the call. Wow. The touch on the inside comes across. The referee says play on. And that is try time here for England to go ahead once again. 3-2. After the Cook Islands started to assert some authority, but England right up to the task.
And those two players, they've been dominant. Megan Clayton on this close side wing, former mixed open winger. She's just the safest set of hands that you'll ever see. And Juracina, he's just creating exciting touch wherever he is on the field as the Cook Islands bringing out the England defence now and trying to set up a bit of an attacking platform here.
An out ball just goes to ground for the Cook Islands.
And to remind people of the other quarterfinals happening, it's Germany and Scotland on field 3, and then France are taking on New Zealand, and then Australia and Chile in the final quarterfinal of this senior mixed competition.
You can keep an eye on all of those scores on the coverage here from the World Cup, but this main game, it is Cook Islands and England. Again, it is England on the roll.
Great yards by Stacey Collins. Lovely dummy on her outside. She's made well over 10 metres there.
Ball back to the middle now for England. Strike play, sweeper going left. They come right, but numbers there for the Cook Islands. And a big touch to finish that one off. Jeremy Campbell. And now the Cook Islands, they have to dig deep here. Go forward, try to break this English defensive line.
Look how compressed this England defence is. They're all within 10 metres of each other during those drives. There's Cook Islands now sending it to their middles.
Here's Joe now. Joe gets it down for Briar Turley. Turley with a long ball over the middle. And that is a massive pass. The drums sound in the background again. Cook Islands draw level 3-3. And it was on the back of a much better driving set.
Absolutely. These mids just not quite getting back on side. Both mids up there in the touch, and a long ball out to that play that we also mentioned at the start. Wardlaw. She's well into the double digits for this tournament at the moment.
So now, a very important defensive set from the Cook Islands. They need to stay up here in the face of the England attack. The sweeper play. Here's Juracina. Juracina slips the pass off. The Whitehead. This is Judd now. Jack Judd in half. Penalty the way of England. Now that was a judge ruck interference.
Yeah, holding up the touch there.
Sweeper play for Judd. Judd goes to the line.
Oh.
The ball is going to be called down. Yeah, the player shutting in from the link position got there but was well up forward, and the ball had already got to the line. So try time England. This ding-dong battle here, seesawing end-to-end. England back in front once again, 4-3.
Jack Judd, look at the speed at which he comes on here, and an excellent dive, one-handed, getting the ball bang on that line.
It is Cook Islands on the attack again. There's no time to take a breath here as the Cook here look to exploit an opening in this England defence. So far, not finding one. Long ball out to the left-hand side. Cover comes across in the shape of Clayton, who shuts that one down. Final touch here from a static position. They'll run a nothing play. No, it looks like the ball out over the top. Wow! I thought it was all over.
That was incredible. Freestyle final touch from the Cook Islands. This should be on the try lights for today.
Let's have a look at it again. As I said, it was a static play to end the set, and it was almost like they were going to just play this one out. He said, step to the left, drops it into the right here, and that play there, just the extra numbers now, and the ball over the top from Wardlaw finds a try scorer, and we're all tied up again. Ball goes to ground for England.
End-to-end stuff with both of these teams. Neither of them taking an advantage in this game when they've had the momentum, and Cook Islands now driving off their line, and lovely momentum into this first touch. They've just got to watch the marks there, but a loose pass.
But again, the attacker went through the touch and was right on the spot. There were two England players in the ruck position, no penalty given.
No, England are getting caught very short, and they're creating a lot of traffic in this ruck area, and I'm surprised that there isn't in the ruck infringement, because I think it is impacting that driving from the Cook Islands.
Let's see what happens now. It is England on the attack, 7 metres out. Ball in the hands of Memzik. Memzik gets a ball down for Judd. Now he's called play on against the Cook Island defence. Let's have a look at this one in replay.
Yeah, we'll have to watch these defenders and how they get back on this score. I think that was actually Jack Judd with the score. Mimsek setting up with a strike dump just outside the 7.
Yeah, offside, good call.
Ryan Mimsek.
Yeah, but it was a good call by the referee too. The offside player never made the line.
No, great heads-up touch by Ryan there. And unfortunately, another ruck infringement with an over-the-mark from the Cook Islands. The crowd building over here. I heard this morning that we've had viewers from 50 countries around the world tuning into our coverage. Over 170,000 streams. So if you're watching, welcome to this quarterfinal match.
Yeah, great pictures coming your way by Next Gen XV. Coverage on their channels as well as the Federation, YouTube and Touch England.
Yeah, great touch there by Renee Seeley, the number 4 for Cook Islands.
Had to be made. They were up through the line there. Now they turn it over on the 7 metre line of the Cook Islands, as far away from the sub box as possible in this match, and a penalty here for the Cookies. They move the ball to the midfield, looking to try and get to the subset as quickly as possible. Ball out here to the wing, nicely handled. Now they drive forward. Whereas the Wardlaw getting through a ton of work out there in attack and defence. That is Kylie Joe has to go back to the mark. Here comes the sweeper play from half, pick and go. And the touch affected. Hand over England, straight onto the attack, just a quick step over. Now they drive towards their sub box, looking for the fresh legs. They come onto the field in numbers. Just the overstepping the mark has to return. It delays the roll ball, so England have to reset over the top. Pitches here again, right down there amongst the action. England roll on. A bit of a stutter there. The ball out to the right-hand side. Unfortunately for the England team, Clayton can't take that one. Ball called forward, and it'll be the Cook Islands again off their 7 metres.
So compressed, this England defence. They're all within 5 metres of each other.
Another silly mistake, just a simple error from the Cookia. They need to tighten up around the ruck area.
I would love to see them take advantage of that narrow England defence as well. There's so much space on that right-hand side, and they're under so much pressure because the England defence is really narrow. Peggy Mulligan going for the dive.
Touch affected, just up off the line. She got down low then and tried to slide the ball over. They come back to that left-hand edge once again. Now they centre it up. Bit slow out of half. Dan Powell it was. It's to be a little bit quicker around that ruck area. Now they resettle. There's Powell. Working with Marcus Evans. Turn.
And the Cook Islands player, believing it was the last touch, has picked it up from half. I'd suggest this needs to be a penalty here.
Well, it really is a definition of ruck interference, isn't it?
You know what? That really needed to be a penalty. You can see, rather than having a roll on and creating some phase play and having those defenders offside, unfortunately England have had to take that tap completely static with the defence set as Cook Islands driving towards their box again. They need to keep this ball safe.
That's good meters for Terry Joe. Now they need to build on the back of it. Last few times they've turned it over cheaply, but here the Cook Islands up over the halfway, but another turnover.
And over the mark, bang on halfway.
And then 10 metres for not giving the ball back. It's starting to fall apart here. The Cook Islands need to get some just discipline back as the hooter sounds for half time. Really is England in control with the ball and also in the mindset of the game. They've just stuck to their guns. They haven't questioned any decisions.
No, we're going to see another penalty here for a touch pass, just trying to create something on the last touch. And the one team that I don't want to give a one possession to is the Cook Islands. We'll see whether they can create something here. A little switch, but the ball going to ground.
Yeah, ball to ground. So that is half time here in this mixed seniors England versus Samoa quarterfinal. As England, one try in front. 5-4. All of the action of the second half coming your way as we bring you great shots here at the atmosphere for the World Cup quarterfinals.
and I'm representing the Highdex programme, which is one of the sponsors of the Touch Rugby World Cup. Highdex is a collaboration of a number of universities based in the Midlands, including the University of Nottingham. One of Hydex's main aims is to support industry to innovate, developing new products and services in the hydrogen economy. We decided to sponsor the Touch Rugby World Cup, particularly in relation to energy use, so that Geopura, a locally based business, can provide hydrogen to be utilised at the event, making the event more sustainable and improving air quality for visitors and competitors alike. We hope this support will
Welcome back for this second half of the senior mix, England versus Cook Islands quarterfinal. It is England with the 1-try lead here, 5-4. Great shots around the crowd, starting to build for these final matches. And energy and atmosphere here in Nottingham is exceptional as the Cook Islanders get us underway. Pushing it up through the middle.
I'm going to suggest the Cook Islands have been their own worst enemy in that first half. They were starting to build momentum in a couple of phases of players. They
Pace out
target
wide.
the England outsides, but the touch.
And no touch call. And there's the Cook Islands off the tap-off play. They worked it down through the middle. Turley was dangerous, Aaron Turley, but it was giving the ball outside to Jeremy Campbell, and Campbell gets the opening try of the second half.
He's been everywhere, just getting on the outside of this female link there for the score.
And now it is England back on the attack, pushing all the way up to the 7 metres. 9 metres out here, gets it down, split play, out to the left.
Mimsack for the dive.
He looked
I
like
think he's in.
Geez, I'm not sure. The referee makes the call, but I thought the Cook Islanders had gotten back and made the touch in time. Let's have a look at this replay. Ryan Memsick. And we're not going to, here we go. Here's the split play. Have a look at 13, he's onside.
Oh.
Referee's on the spot. We're not going to question the judgment when they're there and we're up here. But you be the judge at home. England back in front.
Oh, Cook Islands again on this left-hand wing. They fancy themselves out there. They've got some speedsters in their team.
An incorrect roll ball for the Cook Islanders. Cheap turnover as they're on the attack. There's a push in the ruck. Play on. Called by the referees. England streaming down that right-hand edge, looking for the fresh legs, and a little juggle and a stumble at half. So they turn it over on the halfway line.
The intensity of this game is just forcing some errors from both teams in this roll ball. Now Cook Islands taking their time, setting up an attacking platform, absorbing some touches, and here they are in the 7 metre zone.
6-5 England here, Cook Islands on the 7 metres.
Fortunately, that was their last touch, so they're going to have to try and create something here. They've done it successfully before, but they'll be 6 touch.
Yeah, just again, confusion. They thought they had another one up their sleeve. Not knowing the touch count is a cardinal sin at the World Cup. You have to know where you are in the count, otherwise opportunities like that go begging.
Spicy touches through the middle of the field. Both teams very, very passionate, wanting to win this game, but just a drop ball.
Yeah, just a poor error there. Really was, again, the change of speed of the play. It wasn't a quick play, it was just a simple error.
Yeah, both teams will be kicking themselves for these unforced errors.
Hiley Joe with a couple of carries in this set. Now the ball in the hands of Renee Seeley. Seeley goes into the defence. Leota gets the ball back to the inside. It's play in the middle, just looking to move the ball around. There's Aaron Turley into the line again. This time they spread the ball left. Back on the inside. Liam Maraba takes that one, but the ball comes back to England.
Yeah, great attacking touch there from the Cook Islands, forcing that shutdown from the England defence.
Tap taken. They replay the tap. Something was incorrect.
Great meters by Sean McDonald in that drive there.
There's a collision. The referees are going to call that one a hard touch. And then call the player out for a conversation here. Now, there's been a number of these. And they must have just decided enough is enough and a forced sub for the Cook Islands.
Yeah, and it's gone against both teams, these physical touches, and probably a wise idea just to get a forced sub in. And
Is Girasina, sorry Mel, they're in attacking position here. Danger signs for the Cook Islands. Shut down comes in the shape of Liam Marama. But anytime Girasina is in the midfield here, it's danger signs for the Cookies.
And an offside penalty gives them 6 touches with Girasina on the field.
They split to the right, come back to the left. There's Girasina with the ball now. They need to get up on him. Big press from Jeremy Campbell.
Jeremy Campbell's looked very good in attack as well as defence.
Just
great
a little
touches
slip.
by Campbell, isn't it?
And Girasina was looking to come onto that ball then, but slipped just as he was coming up into the line. So a turnover. Terry Joe working hard to get to the ball of the sub box. This is the roll on that the Cook Islands need, but they have to build on the back end of it. And he stepped out as he was rolling the ball there. And the sideline referee was right on the spot. It is England now. Brings the ball back into play.
Driving hard towards their sub box.
Literally one sideline to the other. And it is the fresh legs of England that sweep onto the field now.
Plenty of touches in hand. I think that's only their second in the middle of the field. So plenty of time to set up some phase play here.
Dan Powell into half. Man on the ground for England. He's back on his feet now. That's Marcus Evans. Evans and Powell working that middle. Split sweep here. Back to the middle inside. And that split sweep from Andrew Smurden. He just dished off from half. Tucked himself back on the inside trail. And try time. Jack. Number 13 it is. 13, Andrew Smurden. Smurden with the try.
Interesting that little split sweep play that you called. The half, different player coming into half there and the gap opening up in the middle of the field. And Cook Islands going to need to get one back on this England team.
So usually Smurden would have been the sweeper. It looked like that was the line he was running. But then the big split from half and Smurden took that acting half roll instead of the sweep roll. And that just created confusion in the defence. Very well worked by England to take the 2-try ascendancy here. 7-5. You said that you favoured the Cook Islands here, but England standing tall on home soil.
Yeah, and I think the difference has been the error count, to be honest. I think Cook Islands have given away a lot of easy ball.
Another one there. Absolutely. That's the correct decision. You have to say the bingo card in this one has been the ruck interference because we've seen it go either way. It is consistency that players and officials strive for. As England go on the attack again. But England back into the middle. Here's Girasina into half. Oh, we have a pull away. And then a hard touch, another penalty.
I suspect that was more a case of the England play being off balance than
Jacob Whitehead.
any real hard touch, but unfortunately 6 again on the line, and Cook Islands have to try and keep England out here. There's a pick up from
Girasina
half.
to Whitehead on the out ball, and he just put him in a beautiful position. Whitehead on the drift, got outside the defender and took the ball on the outside, and from there it was just a pace, and the pace of Whitehead able to get it over the line. Out by 3 now, England. They'll favour themselves here.
Yeah, we talk about mismatches in mixed touch where you'll try and get that male link against their female opponent, and sometimes that speed on the outside. We've seen Cook Islands score from exactly the same outside running, and England doing the same. 8-5 lead.
This one out to the outside. They need to throw it in. She does, but it finds Clayton up in the line. And the referees called that one passed into her. Interesting, because she had to put herself in the passing channel. I would have said, well, that's a forward pass off the ruck.
Yeah, both teams, even that one was very line ball from
Line
this England
ball.
team.
Wow. So we play
Diplomatically,
on.
a line
England.
ball.
up over the line. Thrown away. Thrown away, England. So they give the Cook Islands another chance here. That's 10 metres into England territory. Now the Cook Islands move the ball to the left.
Lovely ball out to the left with just the one England defender shooting up.
There's Coker with the ball now. Jeremy Campbell, the dangerous Jeremy Campbell in half. Coker, this is Campbell. Pops it up for himself, but the defence got up in the way. Another cheap turnover here in a scoring position. So Cook Islands not converting their opportunities as we see another penalty for a hard touch.
Yeah, we like a bit of physicality with our touches. I think these last two penalties, though, are a little bit soft. And I think sometimes it's been the attacker not getting low into that ruck. I think it's almost been the attacker as much as the defender.
Again, the attacker's not extending their arm to initiate contact either, and it's just a collision then. It can go either way as we see another tap taken by England. They charge up over the halfway line. 10 metres into Cook Island territory now. The ball is in the middle.
Yep, Girasina with the ball.
Jacob Whitehead at half. These two together have been dangerous, as has this man here. Jack Judd. There's Girasina. Off to Judd. They'll reset here. Bring the ball back into the middle. No, they turn it around.
I think Megan Clayton on this wing screaming for the
ball. Steps out to the left, looks for Whitehead through the line, but well read by the defence. And it will be the Cook Islands now with it all to do. 10 minutes remain here in this match. If they're to stay in touch here, they really need to press forward, score here on this set if possible. You see meters being burnt. That's better, much, much better as he charges in and bends the defensive line. Up over the halfway. Terry Joe takes it forward.
Lovely work there by Terry Joe. Take it off from half.
And the defensive line right up in their face this time. Back inside for Sealy. Sealy, they spread the ball to the left, but the pass goes to ground. Much better, more enterprising play from the Cook Islands, but the defence of England right up to the task and getting up in the passing lane.
Absolutely. We said in the first half, I just love Cook Islands to expose this high defence from the England team during these subsets because there's so much space out there.
That's exactly what the Cook Islands are doing now, trying to get up. Now they start to roll back. Two up out of the line here defensively. So now this is where they start to fold. Once the ball gets their own side of half, they don't tend to press forward just as much. And I think that's where England's dominating this match so far as England look to go through the intercept back on the inside. I think it's Terry Joe with the big run. Now that's a push in the back and deserves some time. The penalty will come here. This referee's going to have a chat. That was cynical play. He knew that he had nobody in behind him.
That should have been a forced sub at the very minimum.
At least a forced sub.
And this is where that lack of discipline just comes through, just completely unwarranted. And he's lucky that the penalty, that it wasn't worse than a penalty.
Now,
that's silly play.
Now the Cook Islands on the attack, 10 metres out. Johnny Leota there at half. Leota picks it up, gives it off again. Defence comes into the passing lane and knocks it down. Shuts down any attacking opportunity for the Cook here.
Cook Islands looking very dangerous here.
They need to score. We're inside the final 10 minutes of this quarterfinal, and it looks like a changeover, a cheap changeover from a static start. No reason to give that away. It's just poor options from the Cook Islands.
England taking advantage with easy yards up the middle. They're going to take their second touch in the Cook Islands half.
You see fatigue starting to set in for both teams. They've taken it to each other in this quarterfinal matchup. It is England with the 3-try dominance here so far. They lead 8-5 and are on the attack. They go short, back over the top.
Sean Defence comes in. Around. Space on the right.
And the ball goes to ground. Leota brings the ball back into play on his own 7 metres. Plenty of distance between them and the opposition scoreline. There's more press defence up high from England once again. Now they bring it out wide. Leota gets the ball back to the middle. Too many touches here. Leota from half. He's exploited the offside player. Smart play by Leota. Maggie Leota on the back of the drive. Charges through the defence. The defence called offside. Play on was the call.
The referees are still having a chat here. I don't believe the score has been given yet. The referees having a discussion on the sideline. And it is now being brought back for fourth touch. This is unlucky.
Just watching the replay, I thought it was great heads-up touch football from Leota. Playing the whistle, playing the referee, and it's been brought back, I guess, on the say-so of the off-field referee. We've seen everything in this game now.
We have seen absolutely everything, and a touch by Sean McDonald in the middle there. And you know what? The England players need to learn from that as well. Stop arguing with the referee and go and make that touch, because for my mind it looks quite good from up here, and they can't give away those scores going forwards, especially when they get to the later rounds. If they do progress from this match, if they keep that up moving forward, the refereeing is going to be very different. The opposition is going to be very different, and you can't afford to stand back there and wait for somebody else to do your work. And I'm not going to harp on it, but the decision's been made, and now it is England on the attack again. Still another play on call. Wow. That's all I can say. It is England 9-5 now over the Cook Islands. The rub of the green going the way of the home team here. We saw a play on call to open the scoring for the Cook Islands. And that is another one there, this time in favour of England. Watch another one up to Megan Clayton. As Cook Islands, they are running fast out of time here. There's 4 minutes on the board. They've still got a chance to get back in this game.
Yeah, I think the scoreboard is away from them now. There's not enough time here for the Cook Islands. It's just about pride.
Yeah, this is a must-score set for them to have any chance as they bring it back through the middle. Long ball out to the left.
Nicely played back on the inside too from Leota. But that ball to ground. 3.5 minutes remain here. England coming up off their line. This is where we need to see the defensive press of the Cook Islanders. They do. And, yeah, an incorrect roll ball.
And they need a fast play on the ball.
They get the ball out here to the right. They have numbers. But they straighten it up and keep it in the middle play.
And there's an offside defender. The referee is calling it. We can hear it from up here. And play on. Cook Islands through.
So the communication from the referees right there, you could, as you said, Mel, you could hear it from where we are. You might have picked it up in the microphones as well. And that is Kylie Joe playing the heads up, listening to the referee, taking the advantage offered, and she scores back to a 3-try game. 9-6 here. Just under 3 minutes remaining. England on the attack again, pushing up hard. Trying to break this Cook Islands defence one more time. Have they done it with pace? No. And that's just cover coming across the collision. You can see the two players. He's called that play on.
It'll be interesting to watch this because I thought that pass was very late. I was going to suggest that Lynn Stacey Collins had to get that ball away quickly.
Let's look at Leota here. Whether he gets onside or not is a different question. So, I'm not sure of the call from Leota. Leota came from an onside position. Sorry, Leota, the winger in Maggie, came from an onside position to make the touch. If she missed, Johnny was never onside. So, not 100% certain, but the try has been awarded. 10-6 again. England out over the Cook Islanders.
I thought the ball was drifting forward as well from my mind, unless it came off a Cook Islands.
But it doesn't matter. If it's out of the hands backwards, doesn't matter which way it drifts. As we see the Cook Islands trying defiantly through Claresta Wardlaw. Wardlaw not able to take it. It is England back on the attack. I think it's fair to say England have taken this one out, Mel. You called Cook Islands early as favourites, but England have stood tall on home soil, and they'll make their way through to the semi-finals.
They definitely have. I think they learned a lot from their early defeat against Germany as Bobby Taylor trying to get through the middle of the field. But I think they've won this through fewer errors compared to the Cook Islands team. They've been very disciplined and made sure they've kept it for their serve 6. And I also think the midfield D for England has been spectacular.
Yeah, it has been a stop-start game, I have to say. Plenty of confusion out there and ill discipline from the Cook Islanders, as you said. And it'll be England to take this one out as we await the siren. Just over 30 seconds remain here, so another chance for England to add to the total. Here it is through the middle. Ryan Nimsick, who's been dangerous.
Really
That's Sean
does.
McDonald. McDonald over the line, gets the ball back inside.
What a score.
See the Cook Island defender there indicating that the touch was made on him.
Peggy Mulligan, you can see her just staying in this hole, and the finishing by Peggy Mulligan to wind up this quarterfinal.
We get the replay as the Hooters sounds in the background to end this match.
Sean McDonald through, ball out the back, lovely finish by Peggy.
It was a good touch from the Cook Islanders, but the referee said the ball was down, and that's the final score. 11 tries to 6, England over the Cook Islands, and England make their way into the semi-finals here in the mixed senior category.
Yeah, they'll be very pleased with that result, and we'll have a look at the results on the other fields now, but a semi-final berth for England, and I think Cook Islands will be disappointed with that. They played some very nice attacking touch, but it was just some of those infringements, especially through the middle of the field.
Congratulations to England as they progress. Commiserations to the Cook Islands. But we hope you've enjoyed the action. There's plenty more coming your way, so stick around, grab a drink, a quick refreshment, and watch all the action here of the Touch Football World Cup from Nottingham.